All right, let us continue this transmission in the following way. Allow yourselves to please relax and become comfortable in your seats. Let go of the cares of the day. You are right now, right here, in the center of your being, the most important place you need to be, here and now. So allow yourselves to breathe deeply and easily. Feel your body relax, all the way from your head down to your feet, out to your fingertips. Let go of all the things you need not be focused on at this moment other than what is happening before you. And as you continue to breathe gently, deeply, easily, and become more and more relaxed, allow your lights to play and your music to rise. And let the vibrations carry you away as you observe the holotope before you and the play of light and sound that transport you to other realities. Allow yourselves to continue to breathe. Relax and be open. And let the lights come in your eyes and course their way down your nerves, into your brain, into your body. The sounds also, vibrations find their way within you. Relax, let go, let in. And now allow yourselves the opportunity, as you continue to breathe, to imagine and open up to the infinite array of parallel realities that already exist here and now. And as you contemplate this infinite hall of mirrors, each mirror being another frame, another reality, an alternate universe, another probability, allow yourselves to feel in this moment the tick of the clock that allows you to experience zero. And now redefine yourself from that clean slate with one quality that you prefer yourself to contain. Be it more expansion, more awareness, more love, more creativity, more insight, more action, more abundance in various forms. Allow yourself to simply feel immersed in that singular vibration of that one attribute, just for the moment, just that one. Allow its resonance to vibrate within you, whatever it may be that you have chosen. And now allow yourself to zero out again, go blank. And now pick another attribute, or the same if you wish, to reinforce it, or add to it, whatever other attribute you prefer to express. Compassion, empathy. Again, awareness, creativity, farsight. Allow yourself to zero out, go blank. See it as a clean slate. Use your imagination in any way you wish to either write on that slate or manifest from that slate in 1, 2, or 3 dimensions or more, in whatever way works for you. But experience the idea of that collapse of all attributes into a zero stasis, a blank slate, empty, void, and then redefine, come back, reappear with new attributes, new ideas, new understandings, new perspectives, new reality. And as you continue with every breath to zero out and recreate new attributes, or the same, more expanded ones, Then zero out and bring back the attributes. Bring back the definitions you prefer. Create the definitions you prefer and zero out. And as you continue to do this for yourself as an individual, begin to feel the connection you have to the entire earth. And as you zero out, feel the entire earth go blank. It is featureless, just a sphere floating in a void, no expression, nothing on it. And now you see things growing, the trees, the mountains, the streams, the rocks, the animals, the sky, emerging from it, spreading out. Then zero it out. A smooth sphere with no features once again. And now again the attributes come back, again and again, and each time they do, see them more and more in the configuration that you prefer the world to reflect to you. See joy and beauty and nature in harmony. And zero it out, all of it. And once again, with every breath, over and over, each time you zero it out, see things growing again, reconfiguring, recrystallizing in ways that are magnificent and grand and bold and beautiful and bright and lively and loving. And zero out the entire reality. And once again, see them coming back as crystalline forms, growing, becoming more and more in every way, with every pass, representative and reflective of the reality you prefer. Seeing people enjoying their lives, loving one another, creating together, and living lives of fulfillment. And zero it out and bring it all back in whatever configuration now seems most representative of the state you prefer. And zero it out, and zero it out, and bring it back, and zero it out, and bring it back, faster and faster, and zero it out, blank slate, bring it all back, zero it out, blank slate, bring it all back, zero it out, blank slate, bring it all back. And continue to experience the tick of the clock that allows you to go to zero again and again and again and again. The reality is not permanent. The reality is an illusion. You reconfigure it according to your state of being, your vibration of preference, constantly zeroing it out. As you walk through your daily life, go back to zero every moment, every moment, every moment. When you wish to do this exercise, go back to zero every moment, every moment, every moment. As you each take one step and then another, between the steps, you zero out. And you step into a new world. And before you take the next step, you zero out and step into a new world that configures itself and reconfigures itself before your eyes again and again and again, becoming more and more and more the world you prefer to see, to experience, to feel, to live in. More and more. Zero it out with every step, with every breath. Zero, 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 zero. Reshape, 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 reshape. Be the shapeshifters of the world. The shapeshifters of your own free will. The shapeshifters of your destiny, expressed in all the passionate ways that you can imagine. Zero, zero, zero. Regrow, regrow, regrow. Zero, rebirth. Zero, rebirth. Zero, reconfigure. Zero, expand. Zero, expand. Faster and faster and faster. With every breath, every heartbeat, every step. You're walking through portals and portals of parallel realities, passing through the zeros and stepping into a new world. Passing through another zero and stepping into a new world. Passing through another zero and stepping into a new world. These portals, these doorways are open for you. And you see the world around you constantly shifting and changing, and growing and reshaping itself in beautiful and bright and brilliant ways. Constantly shifting. Change, change, change. Zero and change, zero and change, zero and change. Let it become smooth and smoother and faster until it is so fast it becomes almost imperceptible that it is happening. Yet you know that it is. You allow it to become smooth, continuous, and automatic. And this is the way you perceive the world. This is the way you perceive the reality. But you now know that you are zeroing out billions of times per second. The earth is zeroing out billions of times per second. The universe is zeroing out billions of times per second and reforming and reshaping and regrowing and expanding in new configurations, each and every time more and more reflective and representative of the reality you prefer to experience. It is a continuum of change, a paradox, a continuum of change that always goes back to zero, zero, zero. And in that zero, that apparent nothing, is the infinity of all probabilities that you can choose from that are relevant for you in your life. Zero is not empty. It is filled with the probabilities of choice. Zero and everything. Zero and all that is. Zero and infinity are the same. With every breath, with every heartbeat, with every step, zero is infinity. Choose. Zero is infinity. Choose. Zero is infinity. Choose. Let yourself continue to breathe gently and easily with this new understanding crystallizing within your consciousness. Let it sink in. Let the changes flow. Let yourself zero out. There is nothing to fear, for you have infinite choice to be yourself. The self you prefer to be. The self you prefer to see in the reflections around you that you call physical reality. With every step, with every breath, with every beat of your heart, breathe. In and out, a new reality. In and out, a new reality. Every out, you zero out. Every in, you breathe in a new reality. You breathe in a new world. You breathe as a new you. Zero is your freedom to choose. Be free. Be here. Be now. And be at peace. And be in the flow of your true being. Be present. Be you. And feel the waves of the unconditional support and unconditional love that permeate all of existence. It is your lifeblood. It sustains you. It is what and who you are. Existence itself, aware of itself, experiencing itself in all the ways it can, in all the ways that it is, discovering itself anew every moment. New every moment. New every moment. 0, 0, 0. Allow yourself now to simply drift and breathe. Drift and breathe. And float upon the currents of creation, knowing this is now a part of your awareness, a part of your understanding. And that understanding is all it takes to change what you experience, yourself, your reality, your world, your universe, your multiverse, your metaverse, your all that is to be. Allow your music to soften and your lights to dim, and just float freely in the void, letting it all sink in. Just breathe, just breathe, just breathe. And welcome home to your true self. 0 and infinity, here and now. Our unconditional love to you all. We hold you in our hearts. Sweet dreams.
Say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. We thank you once again for allowing this communication, this transmission to occur in this manner, through this window, at this time, in this way. Once again, each and every time, you allow our civilization to interact with your civilization in this manner. It affords our world an opportunity to see through each and every one of your eyes a new way, a different way, an additional way that the universe has of expressing itself, and this expands our understanding of creation as well. So we thank you for this gift of sharing. We would like to begin this transmission, this day of your time, with a light subject that we will call denial, separation, and projection. Now, the idea is to understand that negative belief systems, that is, belief systems that may be incorporated into your personality, into your consciousness, that are, shall we say, against the grain of your true self, out of alignment with your true self, out of alignment with your joy, out of alignment with your love, in alignment with your fear, belief systems of that nature, for lack of a better term, let's term them negative, mechanically, because negative energy separates, segregates, compartmentalizes, as opposed to positive energy, which integrates and makes whole. That is the mechanical definition, positive and negative energy. Belief systems, then, that your personality may have been fed since childhood, that may still be with you in your consciousness, may allow you then to experience the idea of fear, and in experiencing the idea of fear, it brings with it, many times, an inability to recognize what is going on in your consciousness. It has, in a sense, separated you from awareness of yourself. And thus then, when you encounter circumstances and situations in life that may interact with those belief systems, or more euphemistically, as you put it in your language, that push your buttons, you then may find yourself, rather than being aware of what the belief is that is causing the reaction within you that is negative, you may simply go into the idea called denial, which is simply lack of awareness of yourself. And you may then, because you are compounding the negative energy, go into further negative energy, which would be separation. And in the energy of denial, and in the energy of separation, because it is separate from yourself, or seems to be, you will then project the idea of the causation of this feeling outward, beyond yourself, not in yourself. You will project onto others, blame other situations for what you are experiencing, rather than accepting the responsibility for the feeling, for the experience, based on the belief systems going on within you. Now, this does not mean that you cannot recognize and cannot acknowledge when someone else might in fact be acting out of integrity, might in fact be negatively attacking you, or doing something hurtful intentionally. This does not mean you cannot recognize what their actions are based on. But, depending upon the clarity that you have within your own consciousness, depending upon the level of awareness you have about what belief systems you yourself have bought into, you can, regardless of anyone else's intention, you can utterly determine the effect you experience in your life. You do not have to react to any given situation or circumstance in any particular way. You can decide how you will use the information, how will you use the idea in your lives, how you will integrate the information. You can decide to experience it in a positive way, to get a positive effect out of it, regardless of what they may have intended, consciously or unconsciously. All you have to do, first of all, is recognize that if you do start to react and attack back, that is simply the mechanism of separation, of projection, based on denial or lack of awareness of the negative belief systems that you may have bought into that are perched within your unconscious self. All you have to do is get in touch with what those negative definitions, those fear definitions, might be. The idea, thus then, is that this concept, this three-part concept, denial, separation, projection, is another tool that you can use to give yourself a moment of pause in any circumstance, and to be more consciously aware of what the choices are for you in terms of how you will interact and how you will respond rather than react to any given circumstance, and thus allow your life, your energy, your experience of the interaction, of the event, of the exchange, to be one that works for you in a positive way, again, regardless of what anyone else's intention, consciously or unconsciously, might have been. Because the choice and the power and the control, in that sense, is always in your hands. And reactions are usually, in the negative sense, only based on the fact that you have incorporated within you belief systems that are out of alignment with your truth, your joy, your love, and are in alignment with your fear, your doubt. And remember, fear is your own energy. What you experience as the sensation of fear is your own energy. And it is exactly the same energy as the energy you experience when you experience love and joy. It is exactly the same energy, but it is a different frequency of that energy. Why is it a different frequency? Because when you flow or channel your energy through your personality, through your consciousness, and your consciousness has a negative belief system within it that it's out of alignment with your truth, that energy will be experienced as the sensation you call fear. When you experience your energy or channel your energy through positive belief systems, you will experience the same energy as the frequency of joy and love. But this is also a very powerful tool, because it can help put you in touch with where you're at, what kind of belief systems you have. Because if you find yourself experiencing fear, that can tell you you have a belief system that needs looking at, that needs clarifying. We have many times, and many of you have heard this, use the analogy of the instrument on your planet you call the piano. If you are playing a wonderful song that you love, and all of a sudden you hit a flat note, a sour note, you do not run away from the piano screaming, vowing never to play it again, usually.